Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. What a great weekend of pulling we had. We had two finals this weekend, and for Snyder County tractor pullers, who I got all kind. If I stop in the middle of my talking, I got all kinds of little things popping up over here on my YouTube screen. So I'm like, oh, something's wrong, but it's not. It's just I guess they changed some stuff. But anyway, let's see. We got some people in the chat already. It's a super chat, folks. Come on in, ask questions. Don't be afraid. It's no different than sending a private message. Come on in, ask questions. We got Davey, Chris Smith, and Justin Latour. You should have been at Snyder County. And Davey
we won't
B.
hold that against him.
Yeah, I know that. And Davey B. Yeah, he was missing in action last week, I do believe.
Yeah, he sent me an email. I think he was traveling for a funeral, he said.
Oh,
but he did listen to the show afterwards. So.
Thank you, Davey. And I hope
Yep.
our prayers are with you and whatever you lost there. We apologize. But Kendra, how are you this evening?
I am very good. How are you?
It's Wednesday, okay?
Yeah.
I'll probably be putting the furnace in here tomorrow. I got a cracked heat exchanger in this one, and we have a pellet stove too, but the new furnace arrived yesterday, so
oh, good.
It was like all hands on deck to get editing done from the weekend, so I can get to work on that. So, but let's see, huge turnout of tractors at Selinsgrove. I was there Friday, and of course, it was 33 tractors in the Light Pro Super Farm. That's fantastic.
Yeah, 33 in the Light Pro Super Farm. I think we had 9 Pro stocks, a pile of trucks. And we'll talk about this further, but there was a lot of vehicles that actually attended both events on Saturday, which is awesome.
Yes, now the other event was the Lucas Oil East Coast Pullers Finals and at the Lincoln Speedway in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania. So, but anyway, without further ado, we do have one event coming up that we know of this weekend that we'll both be attending. And Davey B, it behooves you to be there too, so we got somebody to pick on. But just kidding. It'll be a good event, though. I suggest if you want to see. There's not many pulling events left that I'm aware of, so
no.
Put this one on your list. It's not that far to travel to, down on the eastern shore of Maryland, right on Route 50, Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Show Association grounds, right before the town of Easton, right on Route 50. So. Come on down. Show starts at 5. They actually pull garden tractors earlier in the day. We're not exactly sure of the start time. Probably should have called Jamie or something. But I didn't. I've been busy. So
I'm going to shoot him a text right now. And
there
see
you
if he
go. See, Kendra knows everybody. There you go.
Yeah.
It'd have been
be a bad thing.
It'd have been funny to have had him on here. Could you imagine the fun we'd have had with that?
Oh my goodness.
Jamie Hall on live YouTube. That would have been interesting. But anyway, you go ahead and send him a text. I will. I told you what I tell you what Mike Walker would say. What I tell you. Look at the chat.
We're not filming.
Before we went live, Mike, I was talking to her about that, and I said Mike Walker will not film them. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and I'll get started with the. I'm going to do the first 3 classes from the first show at Selinsgrove on Friday night, and she'll finish that up, and then she'll go right into the Saturday night show at Selinsgrove, and then I'll finish up with Lincoln, and we'll talk about Easton. So, first, got a big truck coming in. First class for Friday night at Selinsgrove was the 6,300-pound Pro Street gas four-wheel drive trucks. And I'll do it to myself again. I wrote them down this time. Robert Markey Jr. With the Devastation Chevy took the win at 337.01. Second was Jason Garris at 333.95. Third was Jason Wadlington with the truck he calls Violet at 312.79. Yes, it's purple. Fourth was Mike Mitchell with the Bad to the Bone Ford at 311.10. Fifth was Jeremiah Fake at 310.58. Sixth, we had Kim Freed with the Frogtown Favorite Dodge at 308.18. Seventh was Kyle Harder with the truck he calls Sick Obsession at 3:06:44. 8th was Adam Tice at 3:03:95, and that's kind of a finish a little bit down for Adam. He's been on a roll, usually in the top two, one or two, but he got an 8th place finish. 9th was Tony Fratarelli with it all started here at 3:01:27. 10th was Johnny Swank with a Ford Bronco. It was interesting at 2:21:76. 11th was Justin Smith with a truck he calls Bentley at 2:11:88. And that was it. I'm sorry. We had an exhibition run of Robert Swank, which is kind of like an older, like a crew cab older Ford, you know, kind of almost like a monster truck, but no distance was given. It's called the Chevy Eater. He did make an exhibition run. The next class up was a championship class, a points final for the 13,000-pound farm stock tractors for Snyder County Tractor Pullers. And taking the win was Ethan Peck with his John Deere at 3:24:83. And before I go any further, there's an interesting story. I've seen Ethan pull before, and you know, tractor run decent. And all of a sudden, he comes out here and puts 10 foot on the field on second place. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? Now, I'm editing the video. And I'm looking. I said, more motorsports sticker on the side of the tractor. So I sent Dave more messages. I said, I was wondering what was going on here, and I saw your sticker on the side of the tractor, and he said they just got done doing some work, and he said he made a bunch of changes, and it was for the good. So congratulations, Ethan. Second place was DJ Boop at the Barnyard Kid at 3:14:06. Third was Mason Sudal at 3:13:87. Fourth was Steve Mundrick with the Fat Boys Toy International at 3:11:66. Let's see. Fifth was Matt Sudal at 3:11:61. Sixth was Ty Brenniger, 3:10:25. Seventh, Rick Shirey Jr. with the Plow Jockey at 3:10:20. Eighth was Charlie Marks with the Smokin' Bandit at 3:09:78. Ninth was Caitlin Hauk with the Little Stinker 2 at 3:01:69. And 10th was Clint Ulrich at 2:95:11. And rounding out the class was Dan Mundrick with the tractor he called Stripes and International at 2:79:59. As soon as the class was completed, they crowned their 2020 points champion, and that was Miss Caitlin Hauk with the Little Stinker 2. So we want to wish her congratulations on a very good season. I think they said she had 3 wins during the season, and just very consistent runner, and well-earned championship. Congratulations. So I don't think that's the first time either for that tractor to win the championship.
I believe that's actually 3 years in a row, if I remember right. Because I saw she posted from 2018, and I'm pretty sure she won last year too. So that'd definitely be 3 in a row.
Okay. Good for her. Unfortunately, I probably should have researched that, but I didn't, as usual. So I'm sorry I didn't do it. But anyway. Third up was the 7800 Open Modified class. And always an exciting time when you get modified tractors together, because anything can happen. Taking the win was, I'm sorry.
Joey just corrected me. DJ won last year. See, that's why it's a good thing Joey.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey. DJ who?
Yeah, who's DJ? No, I'm just kidding. DJ Boot.
We know that. The Barnyard Kid.
Yep.
Barnyard Runt. I'm just kidding. No. Caitlin won 2018, and Uncle Rick won the point years before. Okay. And Rick would be Caitlin's dad, Rick Hauk.
Yes.
So. Okay. Can I get back to my results now, Joey? So just
Absolutely.
Anyway, taking the win in the Open Modified was Jason McKenzie with his twin Hemi powered tractor he calls Never Satisfied at 3:23:66. Second was Don Dean, all the way in from Trafalgar, Indiana, with the Plumber's Nightmare triple turbine powered machine at 3:21 even. Third was Jeremy Hansen with the Misfit Money Pit, which is a blown Hemi and blown Chevy combination, at 2:96:33. And I'm telling you, man, this is 2 times in a row I've seen the tractor run, and he's on it, man. He's getting that thing dialed in. That's going to be interesting to see next year. Hopefully he has good luck and everything stays glued together for him. Fourth was Len Brookhart with the radio reactor at 264.27. Lenny was on a really good pass. They've had some issues. Running a little lean, actually, is what it's been. And we'll have some better results for you of that tractor for Saturday night at Lincoln Speedway. But he did finish fourth in the class at 264.27. And there was an exhibition run by John Belfance with their Chainbreaker Case IH Superstock. And he did make a pass of 319.68. So that's the first three classes, and we'll let Kendra take over the rest of the show there for Friday night.
Yep. So the fourth class that ran was the 10.5 Hot Stock, which, as you guys know, has been an exciting class to watch the entire season.
Got my eye on you. Don't mess up.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. What was exciting for me about this class is I was actually able to ride in the sled with Brian Yoder throughout this class. And something that I've ridden in the sled multiple times through the years. But it's always been with like the diesel trucks, or I've even ridden the mod turbo class, like limiteds and all that. It was interesting to be in the sled, this 10.5 hot stock class. There's some tractors running single cuts, some running top cuts. And it was interesting the difference of the sled ride between those double cuts and top cuts. Yep. And I guess it's just the top cuts were really digging in a lot harder and we bounced around a lot more. It was really interesting for me to just kind of see the differences there. So Ray Belak took us on one heck of a ride. Went 351.64, taking the win that night as well as the points championship. So congratulations, Ray. Second place was Brad Kramer on the Fence Row Deer at 345.74. Third place is Josh Beechel on the Hustlin' Harvester at 344.78. Fourth place went to Jeremy DeLuca on the Sunset Smoker at 342.58. Fifth place went to Nick Morrison on the Toxic with the little 466 Hot Farm at 337.89. Sixth place was DJ Boop on Black Stripe Addiction. Seventh place was Jeff Breininger on Red Law at 330.32. Eighth place went to Dave Walter on Red Power. And I believe, Joey, correct me if I'm wrong, that was actually one of the Rick Fike Full Pool Production Hot Farms that came in. So kind of interesting to see them guys coming in and running with us.
Western PA, yeah. I think some of them guys run with both organizations out there.
Oh, okay.
And they do run double cuts.
Yes.
Yep.
Ninth place went to Matt Sedal on the 47.55 Express. 10th place went to Robert Hauk on Old Red 325.03. 11th place was Paul Richardson on Buzzard Bait at 324.46. 12th place was John Foreman on It's Always Something. He got a little squirrely there and almost ran us into the wall, but it was okay. We'll forgive him for that.
It's always something.
Yeah. 13th went to Lucas Criswell on the Showcase. 14th was Corey Eberhart with the Gold Edition. 15th was Gary Reinsel with the Holy Terror, 311.15. 16th place was Eli Zimmerman with the Red Fever. And rounding out the night was Paul Richardson with the Venomous Tractor. Sounded like something popped from in the sled. All I know is that it shut down and it shut down quick. Did you know what happened?
I haven't talked to Paul. He wasn't in a very good mood. Obviously, the tractor's been running really good.
Yeah.
I would lean towards fuel delivery. It just started getting really lazy at about 230 to 35 foot, and it just laid down quick. So it did refire, and he drove off the track. So nothing internally is broke. I think there's an issue. Hopefully we'll see him this weekend. I'm hoping.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Yeah, hopefully he gets it fixed up before Easton this weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably send him a message sometime tomorrow and find out what's going on.
Yeah. And the last class of the night was 8500 Wild Street. And Joey's probably going to have to help us with this one because I did not stick around. Maybe you'll know who won the points championship for this class as well. I drove myself up, so I left right after the hot stock class was over and said, see ya. Anyway,
well, I can say if there was, they didn't do a presentation after the class was over, so I'm not quite.
Oh,
Is it a
maybe
points?
this wasn't a points class.
I don't think it is. I could be wrong, but they didn't do a presentation, so I'm going to say no. But anyway.
All right. So it looks like they had 18 trucks show up that night. First place went to Ross Harder with the truck he calls Smoke at 3:17.63. Second place was Todd Young with Black Magic at 3:09.64. Third place was Adam Osborne with Greta T at 3:09.03. Fourth place was Stephen Raup with the Scrappy Doo at 3:02.4. Fifth place was Jake Wagner with the Working Man Blues truck at 2:93.51. Sixth place was Ramsey Hawk with his 2001 Ford F350 at 2:90.69.
So technical.
Yeah. Well, these guys don't have names, so I have to say something about them. Seventh place went to Ethan Sickler, who is Elwood Sickler's son. They actually brought his truck as well as their super farm down to run for the weekend at 2:90.55. Eighth place was Ty Campbell out of Gratz, 2:87.82. Ninth place went to Seth Almer at 2:85.42. 10th place was Kayla Zeckman at 2:82.13. 11th place was Dakota Fry with the Fly-By Night at 2:80.06. 12th place went to Zachary Vogel at 2:70.05. 13th went to Kevin Riggle with 2:65.86. 14th place was Robert Swank. 15th was Kurt Wortman out of Turboville. That's kind of an interesting name to have a diesel truck from. 16th place was Johnny Swank. 17th went to Jansen Roar. And rounding out the class was Jovan Phillips with Nothing But Smoke.
I would have to say that's probably Turbotville, Pennsylvania. There's a Turbotville not too far
okay.
up 15. To get my roots right, yeah.
Somewhere up there.
Yeah. Just out by where it's all John Foreman lives. Not too far from there.
Watsonville or something.
He's Watsontown, but there's a Turbotville out there too.
Okay.
I'm sure that's right.
Joey says Wild Street was not a points class this year.
Yep.
So that makes sense.
And I finally remembered to turn on the video.
Yeah.
The video showing, but this is footage from Lincoln. It was filmed by Mike Walker Saturday evening, and there'll be a mix also some Selinsgrove from Friday of me filming, and Saturday night from Tanner Snowbaker was filming at Selinsgrove as well on Saturday. So just make sure we mention them all.
To go through.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have no idea. It's been like bang 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 here, man. It's crazy. Yeah. And I still have events from earlier this season I ain't even touched. So it's crazy.
That's a good problem to have. That'll keep people busy through the winter.
Yeah, I've been busy, like I say, with aging parents and stuff. There's been a lot to do around here. So
Mike's patting himself on the back there a little bit.
Yeah, well. Hey, I tell you, Mike's been helping me probably upwards of 20 years. And this is, I think, some of the best footage he's shot. And I'm not, I appreciate his help. But this is some of the best footage I think he shot in quite a while. So, yep, did a good job.
Good job, Mike.
Yep. We had one blip. And I'm getting ready to replace that camera, Mike, I promise. I have one camera that every once in a while, if it doesn't get like this minuscule little something on the screen of a gnat or something, it'll totally send the electronics into a frenzy. Okay, and cause it to go out of focus, and then sometimes it just does it. So I've been on borrowed time with this. It's an older backup camera, but I tried to get one here prior to the weekend, but I couldn't get it shipped here in time because of COVID. It's always COVID. Seems to be everybody's excuse for shipping, unless you want to pay $50 to get it here next day. But you'll see that a semi-class. I'm just going to forewarn you. It's Carl Seiler, and I'm sure when Carl sees it, he's going to say, "Hey, man, sorry."
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll let you. I believe there was another event at Selinsgrove.
There was
just
Saturday night finals. And I don't know what the total hooks were. I haven't added them up. Sorry about that. but there was a pile of vehicles there. It was awesome. Unfortunately, I do not have the results for the first class that pulled.
I do.
Some of the
I do.
well, no. It's the unofficial first class.
But I have them. I have the results.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
man.
Well, go for it. Some of the
thanks to Joey, I have them.
the New York Hot Farm guys came down.
So I just titled it the Western New York Hot Farm Class.
Yeah.
Okay. There was 7 tractors. Put my eyeballs on here real quick, and we'll go run them down for you real quick, and then I'll step out of the way. Okay. Taking the win was Steve Mundrick with the Fat Boys toy at 3:26.38. Second was Mike Petrie with the Sudden Impact International at 3:17.40. Third was Mark Steinmetz with the True Blue Ford at 3:16.59. Fourth was Ty Brenniger at 3:13.26. Fifth was DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid at 3:09.46. Sixth was Trevor Halton with the Blue Vengeance at 2:78.61, and rounding out the class was Mike Garbarino at 2:48.75.
Awesome. It was nice to have them guys come down, help break in the track, and then also compare, the Western New York guys to the Snyder County Hot Stock.
Close enough, Joey. Close enough, Joey. You didn't tell me that earlier when I asked.
Yeah. All right. So
I got to give him hell about something. So.
Yeah, exactly. So the first official class of the night was the 8030 Limited Pro Trucks. Looks like they had 12 people sign up, but only 11 people were able to make it to the track. Oh, Jamie's not answering my text. He's calling me now.
Okay, go ahead and answer it. We got him live. Answer it. What the heck?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I better not. Because you never know what he's going to say.
That's okay. Well, we won't hear him. Yeah,
sure. He'll just make me turn 13 shades red. So, back to Snyder County Saturday night. The 8030 Limited Pro Trucks. Jay Hill took the win with the Widowmaker at 377.82 feet. That has got to be one of the furthest distance pulled there.
Yep. It was a heck of a run.
Place, yeah, that is quite a run.
And so was second place.
Yeah, I was going to say second place is just as far. Well, not just as far, obviously. Second place went to Clint Mills with the Against All Odds at 367.95. Third place went to Justin Gordon with Out of Line at 359.72. Fourth place was Rich Wolf with the Last Minute Dodge at 347.02. Fifth place was Kervin Zimmerman with the Midnight Train at 346.93. Sixth place went to Matthew Horst with Pushing the Limit at 342.27. Seventh went to Shane Fleck with 331.55. And I believe that truck came back at the last class with a different driver, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Eighth place was Jason Heimbach at 330.24. Ninth place went to Luke Sauter with the Mighty Max at 319.98. 10th place was, losing my line here, Tyler Bagley with the Ugly Duckling. And 11th place was Todd Young with his Ford at 290.03. And then it looks like Chris Kysick signed up but was unable to make it to the track. So that's kind of impressive. 10 out of 11, or 9 out of 11 trucks made it past the 300-foot mark.
He actually hooked first, and something happened, and he was not able to return. So he dropped and was not able to come back.
Well, darn. See, I was there, and I didn't even know that. But in my defense,
I wasn't, but I knew
busy.
that.
Yeah. All right. The second class of the night was the 8,000-pound Superstock tractors. First place went to John Belfance with the Chainbreaker at 336.60. Second place went to Kevin Windsor with the 6-shooter at 270.2. Third place went to Nick Buttrell with his Case 1370 called Dirty Sally at 190.21. And I am not even going to attempt to say this last guy's name unless you know it. John Van Valkenburg? Maybe with a John Deere out of New York called Relentless.
Jeff Van Valkenburg.
There you go. There's a lot of letters there. Unfortunately, he was unable. I think he went probably 75 feet and something, just let go. No measurable distance on the results sheet, but wish him well, and hopefully that wasn't nothing too horrible. Next class of the night was the 10,000 Pro Stock class. They had 9 tractors there. Taking the win, actually a 1-2 finish, was the Hoyt family. Corey took the win with the stress case at 339.59, and Chris was behind him with the nut case at 336.59. So that was a really good way for them two to end the year. I'm sure they were tickled pink. Third place went to Tim Ammons with the Ultimate Harvester at 331.63. Fourth place was Jason Swanovec with the Bootlegger at 328.14. Fifth place was Josh Martin on John Deere Green at 322.78. Sixth was Josh Martin again on the Think Green at 310.77. Seventh was Brandy on That Darn Deer at 294.58. Eighth place went to Jeffrey Faust on Case Pending Reinstated at 285 even. And then Brandy rounded out the night with the Dairy Deer at 42.71. That tractor is just not getting along with Snyder County's track this year. We've decided.
I probably shouldn't say anything. I was editing one of the classes I edited today.
Yeah.
You can see Brandy knows there's something going on with the tractor, okay?
So the funny story with that is, Josh, if you're watching, you knew this was coming.
Yes.
I was helping them that night. It was just the three of us there that evening, and I was warming up Dairy Deer, and I'm like, something just doesn't sound right. It's not idling right. And I told Josh, and he got on there and revved it up, and he's like, "It's fine, it's fine." I'm like, all right, I'm not around these things every week. He is, so he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Brandy got on, and she's like, "There's a problem. There's a problem." He's like, "It'll be fine. Just run it." Well, sure enough, there was a problem. So,
well, after the second attempt,
to let him know that multiple times.
Yeah.
that it was
on the second attempt at the end of the class. They, I don't know what's going on in chat. Mike, if you can get rid of that person, I don't know if they're doing that accidentally or something. But anyway, you can see Josh after the second attempt. Obviously you're done. Josh gets up there, and I see him look over, and he points down at the dash like, "Are you watching this or something? There's something wrong with the tractor." I thought that was comical. I got a good chuckle out of that.
Yeah. So me and Brandy made sure to let him know multiple times that we knew there was a problem, and he just, ignored us.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for taking care of that vigilante, if you will.
The next class of the night was the 2.6 Smoothbore Class, and there was 18 vehicles in this one, or I guess 18 trucks. First place went to Carson Stauffer at 337.24. Second place was Brendan Fink at 331.55. Third place went to Luke Sauter with Mighty Max at 327.84. Fourth place went to Nick Filler with Prime Time at 314.76. Fifth place went to Justin Horse with Just Scrap It at 309.40. Sixth place was Kyler Zeckman at 306.07. Seventh place went to Ethan Sickler, again, Elwood Sickler's son. Nice to see him come down at 292.10. Mm-hmm. Eighth place was Ross Harder with Smoke at 291.63. Ninth place was Louis Slobada at 290.41. 10th place was Dennis Gemberling with Last Ride at 289.37. 11th place went to Colin Zeckman at 289.14. 12th place was Adam Osborne with Greta T at 286.97. 13th place was Josh Schumann at Short Tempered at 280.91. 14th place was Tyler Wagner at 276.96. 15th was Dave Orwin at 272.54. 16th was Josh Hibbs at 257.07. 17th was Jake Wagner with Working Man Blues at 249.50. And 18th was Logan Fry with Blue Collar at 249.08. Oh my goodness, Mike's really going to town there, isn't he?
Made his night. He got to slam the hammer down on somebody. Timed him out for 300 seconds.
Yeah, makes you wonder like where people like that come from. But
you mean Mike?
yeah, Mike. All right, the next and probably the biggest class of the night. Actually, I know it was the biggest class with 33 tractors. Was the 85 Light Pro and 95 Super Farm class.
Good luck. Have fun. Have fun with that.
Yeah, this class had tractors from North Carolina, Vermont, Pennsylvania, New York. Let me see if I'm missing any. Connecticut. I think I already said New York. It was an absolutely awesome class to watch. I did not pull that night, but it was really awesome just to see all my friends from, like I said, all over the countryside there.
Oh, I want to say something so bad, but I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, and poor Trevor Holton was the announcer, and if Yankee could hear what he was saying, I feel bad for Yankee, but it was all in good fun.
I didn't hear what he said, but that's the first time I heard Trevor announce, and he's pretty dang good.
Yeah, he does really good with it.
Yeah, very impressed.
Yeah, so and he's a young kid too, so he's got a really good future ahead of him if he sticks
Everybody's
with it.
A young kid to me, so.
Well, he's a young kid to me, so. Well, we'll just go ahead and start down right through it. First place went to Hunter Beasley with the new Farmer's Pride at 307.62. Second was Blake Jones with Hoss out of North Carolina as well, 301.16. Third place went to Kendall Beasley with High Gear Harvester at 300.62. So kind of interesting. Top three tractors were all from North Carolina, so definitely worth a trip for them.
Yeah.
Fourth place went to Nate Williams out of New York with Addiction at 296.07. Fifth place went to John Lilly with Extreme Pressure at 295.16. Sixth place went to Vern with Dr. LZ at 294.19. Seventh went to Vern Zerby. Sorry. Doesn't everybody know who Vern is?
I guess. Unless you're like one person from Ohio a few years back called him Vern Derby.
Yeah. Oh my, where were we?
Funny.
Westminster, Maryland. They called him Jerem Zerb. I have no idea where they got that, but
that's a good name for one of his tractors.
Yeah. I was like, that is why I need to sign you up so they can actually read your handwriting.
That's funny.
Yeah. Seventh place was Jason Vanderwert with Spilt Milk at 293.38. Eighth place went to Daniel McDonald with Bad Boy out of 293.20. Ninth place was Kevin Vanderwert with 44 Special Reloaded at 292.93. 10th place was Vern Zerby with Z Unit at 292.83. 11th place was Tyler Woolever with Just In Case at 292.21. 12th place was Kevin Nutt with Rollin' Thunder at 290.58. 13th place was Frank Payne with Pure Luck at 285.29. 14th place went to Caitlin McDonald with Red Mule at 282.97. Interesting story about that. That's the first time I have ever seen her pull, and her dad is a big guy. Like I'm talking like Randy Devon, but taller. So he's got, the custom roll cage that's built for him. And then his daughter is much, much smaller than him. So she looks just so tiny in this big roll cage. But I tell you what, she handled that tractor very, very well. You can definitely tell it wasn't her first time. 15th place went to Elwood Sickler with Naturally Red at 281.36. 16th place was Jason Malott with the Z Mistress at 280.32. Lost my spot. 17th place was Jack Boone with the Barnyard Bully at 280.12. 18th place was Dale Sherwin with Borderline to Heaven at 277.84. 19th was Ron Belknap with Hooked on Red at 274.95. 20th place was Rick Halk with Little Stinker at 273.42. 21st place was Jeff Bolu with the John Deere 4320 out of Connecticut at 266.92. 22nd place was Jeff Kohick on the Screaming Eagle at 266.42.
Yay, Jeff.
Yep, yay, Jeff. 23rd was Dennis Boop on the Black Stripe Addiction at 259.71. And these Pro Farm hot stocks that jumped up actually put on double cuts, so they were basically running with the Super Farm class. So it was interesting to see how they stacked up with the other Super Farm tractors. 24th went to Anthony Eberhardt with Hammer Down at 259.07, followed by Corey Eberhardt with the Gold Edition at 253.61. 26th place was Matt Halk with Old Red at 240.41. 27th was Tim Davis with Rebel Red at 235.38. That was actually a Massey Ferguson. Nice to see a Massey Ferguson in with the mix there. 28th was Yankee on Double OZ at 235.37. 29th was Ronald Beasley with the Farm All Fever at 229.80. He had something come apart too. I don't know if it was like a boost line or what, but he just kind of puttered out there. 30th place was Matt Dersham with the other half. 31st was Jeff Michelacci at 51 feet. Cody Eisenhut with the Smokin' Red. I believe he's actually a hot farm tractor. Went 30 feet. He was definitely having some fuel issues or an injector issue or something.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, wasn't good, wasn't pretty. I'm standing on the sidelines, just shut it off. 30. Well, I guess it would technically be 33rd place, but unfortunately, with the disqualification, went to Dakota Grove with the Antrim Tantrum. Went out of bounds at the finish line. Not quite sure how far he was going, but he had a really nice run. Wish I had a distance for you there, but. And finally, the last class of the night was the 8,000 Run What You Brung truck class. And winner chicken dinner went to Norm Newswanger with chapter 11 at 326.90.
Super pickle.
Super pickle. Second place was Van Hazley, the man himself, with the Rock Hard Ram at 323.56. Third place went to John Mans with the Crazy X at 319.70. Fourth place went to Kurt Hazley with Off Constantly at 314.48. Fifth place was Carl Ankowitz with Living on the Edge at 309.26. Sixth place went to James Barter at 303.86. Seventh was Andy Grove with Bad Timing at 302.68. Eighth place was Justin Gordon with Out of Line at 287.40. Ninth place went to Tyler Fleck at 285.75. 10th place went to Kervin Zimmerman at 272.77. 11th place was Matthew Horst with Pushing the Limit at 269.81. 12th place was Bobby Cadman at 243.48. And 13th place went to Ramsey Hawk at 95 feet. And I believe it was Bobby Cadman. That was actually her first time driving, and I was standing there on the starting line, sideline, whenever she was, it was Shane Fleck's Dodge that she was driving. And it's always really interesting to see somebody drive for the first time because, they've got the nerves, they're crazy nervous, and which I was too. But, he's doing the whole thumbs up on the sideline. And man, when she took off, and it was awesome to watch because she wasn't scared of it no more. So it was pretty cool to see that. And then he goes running down the sidelines. I always enjoy watching people run for the first time just to see what happens. And
yep.
I think he got her hooked. So it'll be interesting to see. But that was it for the Snyder County Championship weekend. And it was one heck of a pool. Super happy for Joey. He had a heck of a crowd there. I don't know if they have a head count of how many people were there, but I guarantee you it was an astronomical number. So good for you, Joey.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting on one heck of a season for us all to come pulling. Did what a lot of people couldn't do this year. So hats off to you guys in the Snyder County Club.
Absolutely. Yeah, the crowd. I know his goal, is usually if you're standing up 300 foot and looking down at the starting line to the left-hand side is all, there's a couple of little small bleachers there. The rest of it's vehicle parking, chairs. And his goal is to fill that whole field all the way up to the road. And he did it both. What I could tell, I know definitely Friday. I was there Friday. He did that. And I definitely did it Saturday. And it's all the way down and all the way out to the road. So, and he achieved that at least 3 times that I know of. So, you did it, Joey.
Good job, Joey.
Yeah. So I'm writing down. I found a couple of events I want to go over here.
Okay.
So.
Bigger and better in 2021. We're excited.
Absolutely. For everybody, anything anti-COVID, exactly. All organizations can go back pulling is bigger than better. Trust me. And but don't worry, Joey. We won't forget about you, buddy. We'll be there. Don't worry. We'll be doing some filming and aggravating you and all kinds of stuff. So, but I'm actually looking. I'm not going to get into it here, but I'm looking for some video people. So. Anyway, we also had a finals. Let's get back to this. I had a couple Dragon Motorsports event I just found I wanted to go over. But anyway, Lucas Oil East Coast Pullers. We had our finals Saturday night at Lincoln Speedway. This was our second time there this year. Brand new track. We really had kind of an aggravating time the first time there. And I know Terry and Troy Nels spent the whole day there revamping the track, made it longer. And we had Jimmy, this time around, had Jimmy Moritz and a couple other people come in and work the track. And what a difference, man. It was, still, it'll improve the more you hook on it. I mean, it's only the second time it's been pulled on, but much better, man. Much better show with it. And it's the first event for this year. We had Love's Decision Maker sled. That was a change of pace for us. We haven't seen the Love sled this year until Saturday night, so. But anyway, this was our finals. We had 5 classes on tap. Our first class was the light 8,500-pound light pro, and we had 2 good ones there. Much to our disappointment, we didn't have any more. And I don't know, it is what it is. It's that kind of year, but hopefully in the future we don't see that again. But anyway, I'm not going to scorn anybody. You go pull where you want to pull. But Kevin Nutt took the win at 3:23 and 70. And as you mentioned, Jeff Michelacci had trouble at Selinsgrove as well as he did at Lincoln Speedway, and 2 attempts mustered a 36.61. So hopefully Jeff gets the bugs worked out of it in the future, and which I know he will, because we all know how hard that tractor runs. Yeah. So, and he's a hard driver. So. Our second class is one we'll definitely want to talk about. Speaking of pickles. Is the 7,800-pound East Coast Diesel, Pro Stock Diesel 4-wheel drive truck class. And we had a nice group of 7 trucks, and Norman Newswanger also took the win at Lincoln Speedway, left and went up to Selinsgrove and took the big win up there. So,
heck of a night for old Norm.
Absolutely. He took the win at 3:26.33. Second was Carl Ankowicz with the Living on the Edge Dodge at 3:18.88. Third was Andrew Grove with Bad Timing at 3:15 and 13. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I must be too close or talking too loud again. I don't know. Fourth was Kurt Hazley with the Off Constantly Dodge at 3:13 and 36. Fifth was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Ford with a Cummins at 3:09.56. Sixth was John Manns at 3:06 and 20. John hung a pump up on his second attempt there on the second run. He was actually test hook. Came back and hung a pump and then I guess they got up to Selinsgrove, put another pump on the truck, and ended up third. So those boys
he
worked
pulled
hard.
a mod turbo move and swapped pumps at the pool.
Absolutely. And it fared well for him. He got a nice third place finish out of that up there. And then rounding out the class was Jeremy Denson with the 2 Disturbed Dodge at 279.37. He had some mechanical issues too, and I seen him with a post today. Evidently, he's got the truck fixed and wants to make a test hit. I think it's at an event Friday that I'll be talking about here shortly. So, the next class was the 7,500-pound modified tractors, and taking the win was Lynn Brookhart with Radial Reactor at 290.43. A little bit of a story here. Of course, Don Dean. If anybody knows Don Dean, master of all of all trades, it seems like, was parked next to them, pitted next to him, and of course they obviously had an issue at Selinsgrove on Friday, and there's our fine footage with a camera that decided to quit going in focus. So, but anyway, he had an idea. The injector had splintered or cracked pretty bad on Lynn's tractor, and of course they were ready to call it quits, so to speak. And but Don had something up his sleeve, and they pulled the injector hat, worked on it all afternoon, got it all fixed back up, put it back on the tractor, and won the class. Okay,
that's awesome.
So that is absolutely awesome for them guys. They've been pulling their hair out and fattened the fuel up a little bit on it, and it made a nice pass. So
good for them.
Absolutely. Second was Jason McKenzie with Never Satisfied at 288.68. Third was Ian Ericker with the Locked and Loaded triple blown Chevy tractor at 285.85. And fourth was Don Dean with the Plumber's Nightmare at 282.07. Yes, and on 17 cylinders, not 18, Mike. Yeah. He could probably drop a couple more and still be pretty strong. Fifth was Tim Robinson with the Phony Express at 243.36. Sixth was Courtney Robinson with the Phony Farmer, another triple blown Chevy at 238.82. And seventh was Kirsty Robinson with Phony 2, a single blown Hemi, at 152.60. And that was the first time out for the Robinsons this year. I mean, with East Coast, and good to see them back. I mean, they got. I know there's. I think another. I don't know for sure. I think there's another new chassis in the shop. I could be wrong on that. So I'm looking forward to 2021. See what comes of their team and see what all they're going to be running. So let's see. Fourth class was the 6,200-pound modified four-wheel drive trucks, and taking the win with a monster run was Dan Savage with the Bad S Chevrolet. Now, Bad S stands for Silverado, not Bad Ass. It's Bad S. I know there's. It's even been announced that way before, surprisingly. Yeah, F340.92, a monster run. Second was Wayne Tapscott with his high anxiety Chevy at 308.49. That's Wayne Tapscott Sr. Third was Wayne Tapscott II with Tasmanian Terror 2 at 306.17. Fourth was Leroy Cubbage with the Silver Bullet Ford at 301.63. Fifth was Eric Meixel's Rage Chevrolet at 298.45. Sixth was Todd Jarvis with his Chevy S10 called Wicked at 295.14. Seventh was Dennis Grove with the Mountain Mule Chevy at 285.94. Eighth was Chad Lamb with the Silver Bullet 2 Ford at 281.68. Ninth was Linda Ziegler with the Iron Butterfly Chevy at 281.18. And 10th, we don't usually say this name back here this far, was Troy Nails with the Killing Time Chevy at 264.97. He was test hook. I think, they left the sled set, and he decided to drop and come back because it really wasn't a good run for him, and it really wasn't good the second time around. I don't know what it ate, but it ate something. I haven't checked to see, but unfortunate for Troy. He's had a near perfect year. It's a shame. Last class was our limited pro stock semi trucks. We got a couple of neat little surprises here. Taking the win with the pressure time Peterbilt was Buster Adams, not Dave Greek, not Jeremy Greek, not Brian Greek, but Buster Adams. They put Buster Adams in the seat because anybody that follows or knows Buster knows they are selling out here and moving to Arizona, and this was a goodbye gift for him. to
awesome.
pilot the pressure time, and he got to make 2 runs with it, and took the win at 3:45.28.
Wow, what a way to go out!
Yeah. Second was the Inconvenience Freightliner. Albert Brown was behind the wheel the first time. I think, I'm not sure. I think Matt Hurst was wheeling it the second time. I'm not sure, but they went 3:09 and 55. And third was Earl Hostetter with the Copperhead Freightliner at 2:97.57. So they only had three of the big trucks there. Then we had 2 exhibition semis. Carl Seiler with the Nonsense Freightliner, which we seen is the one that went out of focus in the video. Sorry about that, Carl, if you ever watch this. 275.93, and then Frank Fleming with his old mule International with a Detroit at 189.37. So I found out a little bit of tidbits about Carl Seiler, and it sounds like they're going to work on his truck a little bit and step him up. And I hope, I do hope to see he's a pretty good guy. But I don't really know him that well, but he's kind of comical when I see him. He gets wound up, and he would be good for the class. I really hope he can make some events for us next year. So
good.
That's what I'm understanding. That's going to happen, I think. So that would be great. Yeah. I'm not sure there was a small point series. I will, maybe by next show, we'll have if there's any champions for the East Coast, which there is. I'm pretty sure there was a point series, a small one.
I know who won the diesel trucks.
Well, John Mans had a good year, so.
John Mans did have a good year, but Norm's was just a little bit better.
You got to let me aggravate Norm now. Come on.
Oh, you can go for it, man.
No. Yeah, I'm sure he will be crowned the champion. But I will get some names. I'll get with Katrina and John and Terry and figure out what's going on with that and see who's who and who did what. So.
Yep.
All in all, we lost a lot of events for the East Coast, and we had more events this year. It's than we've had in the last several years scheduled for this year, but it just just didn't happen for us. So.
COVID.
Yeah, that C word, the COVID.
Yeah. Dang you,
so,
COVID.
But I've just got my fingers crossed. We get through this winter, and hopefully things. I just hope the flu doesn't run really rampant, and then this gets blamed for this gets blamed for that, and we're right back where we started next year, and that's what I don't want. So I want us to have a good year next year. So I had a good year this year. I enjoyed going out. I made some great new friends at Snyder County Pullers. It's good. I got to some interstate events. I got to see some familiar old faces and chat, and it was a lot of fun. So, but 2021, let's cross our fingers that we all get back to normal life.
I am certainly hoping so.
You bet. Now I have October 16th would be Friday.
Yep. 7
p.m. the Stafford Country Fair, and I believe that's Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's pretty much. I think there's an interstate class here. I see. The Dragon Motorsports 6250 4x4, 6200 small block 4x4, and the Interstate 6200 4x4 trucks, 15,000 farm tractors, the Dragon Motorsports Mega 4x4, and an 8,500-pound run which you run gas and diesel truck class. Again, that's the Stafford Country Fair this Friday at 7 p.m. And I also have on Saturday on their schedule is Craigsville, Virginia at 2 p.m. Their fall shootout, and that's 6,200 small block 4x4 trucks and 6,200 big block 4x4 trucks. And again, that's Dragon Motorsports, and that's all I could find. Other than I'm going to let you go ahead and hammer Easton pretty good. I sent Howard Meredith a text, and he told me 10 a.m.
Okay.
But that depends on how much rain they get Friday.
Oh, so I didn't know they were calling for rain on Friday.
We got some rain coming Friday, and if they get a lot of rain, obviously they're probably not going to do the garden tractors, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, we start later in the day with the big show. I'm sure, it'll have enough time to get dried out better, and But if they get a considerable amount of rain Friday, I'm assuming they're going to cancel the garden tractor pull at 10 a.m. start time. So, or they may run them later. I don't know, but I'd just say the 10 a.m. is dependent on how much rain they get Friday. So, yeah. But the big show, which you're going to talk about, starts at 5 p.m. and take it away and tell us what kind of classes we got.
So, talk to Jamie. Oh, I think it was Sunday or Monday night. And they are going to be running sort of a combined interstate and East Coast night. Howard runs the light pro class as well as the East Coast hot farm / interstate mod turbo. So it only makes sense that it's your hometown pool. You're going to want to be able to run both of your tractors. So can't blame you. It's a COVID year, so it's not a interstate sanctioned event. So like you said, JR, Saturday, October the 17th, starting at 5 p.m. Admission is going to be $10 for adults. Children 6 and under are free. He did want me to make sure to say that all of the COVID CDC guidelines will apply. Social distancing, blah, 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 blah. You guys know all about that by now. The classes that are going to be run at 5 o'clock is going to be street legal semis, the 7,700-pound light limited turbo tractors, the hot farm / pro farm class, as well as the 7,800-pound modified tractors following the interstate rules, and then the mod turbo and East Coast light pro classes will all be running that night. There is no alcoholic beverages allowed on the grounds. Like you said earlier, it's located right off of the Route 50 there, across the Bay Bridge. Go, about another half hour or so, and boom, you're there. Tuckahoe Steam and Engine Grounds. Really, really nice facility. Great set of bleachers. Davey B asked me what kind of food was there, so I'll have to hit this again.
There's plenty to eat
always,
there. Yeah.
Huh?
There's food there on the grounds. It's pretty good too.
Yeah. So the food that we always go for is the hoagies, and then go over to the milkshake stand. Go support the local 4-H group there. Get yourself a milkshake. It's going to be a little chilly, but it'll be okay. Yep. Just get the milkshake earlier in the evening.
Okay. There's also, I don't want to interrupt you. There's also another deal for diesel trucks there. I'm just reading here.
That's right. I did
Scott
see that.
Kinnaman, yeah,
that they added that. Is it a run with your brung class, or
it
is it a?
It's going to be a 2.6 smoothbore and 3.0 smoothbore trucks will be allowed to make a hook with them this Saturday. So if you got a 2.6 or 3.0 smoothbore, come on down to Tuckahoe.
Awesome. Yep. I think it's going to be a good show. It's going to be interesting to see. Talking to Jamie, the Beasleys are going to make the trip up again. I think they said it's about a 5 to 6 hour ride for them to get from North Carolina up here to Easton. So really appreciate them supporting us this year.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
They are coming. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So they came up to Laurelton, Pennsylvania this year. They've been to Snyder County. And that's just because nothing is going on in North Carolina. We think we've had a rough season. They have had no season.
Yeah. You know, everybody jumped up and down about Pennsylvania, but Poland's been very ongoing. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Also, I also want to add into this. You know, COVID, really hurt Tuckahoe pretty good. And they are hoping to get at least $500. Hoping, okay, this is not guaranteed. They are hoping to get at least $500 for the winner of the 3.0 smoothbore class and pay down to 5th place. So let's cross our fingers that they'll get enough entries, et cetera, and cover that. So, but regardless, if you got a 2.6 or 3.0 smoothbore truck, diesel truck, come on down.
Really good track down there. You will not be disappointed.
I sent Shelly a message too. She just answered me.
Oh.
So, sorry for the dead air time.
Just perfectly for the hour long with all of our results and everything.
Yep. I want to make sure I answer him.
Oh.
But yeah, what a great big weekend! You know, two big days of pulling we had, and it's a lot of fun. A little bit of driving, but that you got to stay over in Selinsgrove. But
no, I came home Friday night and went back up Saturday morning.
You're probably a little closer than I am, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
It's about 2 hours up and an hour and a half home because you don't have as much traffic.
Right. Yeah. So, I'm usually about.
You can drive a little faster at night.
I'm about 220 for me, so that's not too bad. But yeah, it was great. Dang, it's coming to an end too quick. That's unfortunate. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just glad we were able to go pulling somewhere this year. But and maybe something will spring up here after next weekend. I mean, I know there's another event following that, which we'll go over next week. Now, I will say we spoke about this week, maybe not having a show tonight because of Keystone meetings, but I think we are going to go next Wednesday.
Okay.
Toby's pushing pretty hard to try to get everybody together next Wednesday. So, again, if that happens, we will not be on till Thursday if it suits Kendra.
Yep.
But we'll go over Easton, and we have a big racing event coming up in 2 weeks that we want to go over too. So.
Yes.
We'll.
Yeah, I better go over that, or I'll get in trouble with the family. So.
Yeah, you better have. You might get just a little bit upset over that.
Yeah.
But
they'll get over it quickly.
Yeah. For everybody to come in here, we appreciate you watching. Whoever comes in later to watch, we appreciate it. Thumbs up, man. Thumbs up goes a long way. It really helps us grow. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Well, we say it every week. We're going to say it every week. We got to say it every week. So,
yeah.
Wintertime's coming. We got here pretty soon. We only got maybe a show or two left, and we're going to have to get some people on here and talk, or it's just going to be pick on Kendra hour. So we're going to have to.
And there's enough of those.
So I'm sure we can. I know I've spoke to a few, and it's fine. They're ready to come on, and some originally who said no way, and we're on have actually like the Hoyts. I know I can get them on too. So, but,
yeah.
And we're probably bringing Terry, John, whoever from East Coast. You can bring somebody in, you and Lisa or whoever, whatever, with Interstate, and give us an idea throughout the winter, of any kind of exciting upcoming things or something. So, but and some Keystone news. We're going to get some Keystone news soon.
So we'll have to have Jason on, and he can go over. He's always a good one to talk about Keystone.
He talks too much, so
he does talk a lot. We might have to do like a 2-hour special.
We'll bring him on. We'll drill him. We'll drill him hard, man.
Yeah.
But that's about all I have for tonight. I mean, it was kind of cut and dry. We had a lot of results, and we got one more big event, pulling wise, coming. And actually, and don't forget those Dragon events I mentioned this Friday and Saturday. So. Yeah, it's Friday nights Fredericksburg and Saturday nights Craigsville, Virginia. So, dragonpulls.com for more information on those two events. And I guess Interstate actually will have they do have one class there, so interstatepullers.com as well. Can give you some information on that. And there's poor Brandy trying to make a run.
Yeah. Bless her.
Is this did this class just start? I haven't been paying attention. Is this her first attempt or second attempt?
Yeah, that was the first attempt.
Oh, okay. That's too bad, because it's the second attempt to see Josh climb up in there and point at the dash. Like,
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this tractor. Oh, I don't.
There's a problem. Yeah. Don't you worry. There's a problem.
But anyway, we won't hold you guys up. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. If not, it'll be Thursday. It'll be next Thursday at 8 p.m. if we do have Keystone meetings. So.
Yep.
Until then, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you then. I'll be right back, Kendra.
All right.